Good morning. My name is Brian Avery. I am the commander of the American Legion Post 209 in Forestville, Connecticut. Today I'm very proud to tell you about the history of the USS Dorchester and the four chaplains. This year we'll be celebrating the 75th anniversary of this event and these heroic men. So, this is the story of the USS Dorchester. It was on the evening of February 2nd, 1943. The USAT Dorchester was carrying approximately 902 U.S. troops, merchant seamen, and civilian workers. The Dorchester was once a luxury coastliner that had been converted into an Army transportation ship. The Dorchester was one of three ships in the SG-19 convoy. It was moving steadily across the icy waters from Newfoundland towards the U.S. base in Greenland. Coast Guard cutters Tampa, Escobar, and Comanche were escorting the convoy. Captain Hans Danielson, the ship's captain, was concerned and conscious. Earlier, the Tampa had detected a German submarine with sonar. Danielson was also aware of many ships that have been sunk in this area. The Dorchester was now only 150 miles from its destination, but the captain ordered that all men wear their clothes and life jackets. Many of the men disregarded this order because of the engine's heat and the life jackets simply being uncomfortable. This would be a tragic mistake. On February 3rd at 12:55 a.m., a German U-boat 223 spotted the Dorchester. After identifying the target, it fired 3 torpedoes with devastating accuracy. Alerted that the Dorchester was sinking rapidly, the captain gave the order to abandon ship. In fewer than 20 minutes, the Dorchester would slip beneath the icy Atlantic water. The hit to the Dorchester knocked out its power and all radio communication to the 3 ships. Tampa, however, saw the flash and the explosion and responded and rescued 97 survivors. The Escobar circled around and rescued another 133. Unfortunately, one died later. The Comanche continued to escort the remaining ships. Aboard the Dorchester, panic set in. The blast killed scores of men and many more were seriously wounded. Stunned by the explosion, many more were lost in the darkness, and still others rushed topside. Confronted by the Arctic air, they soon realized that death awaited. Men panicked and jumped into the icy waters, trying to reach the lifeboats, overcrowding them to the point of capsations, and others, lifeboats that were tossed in, simply drifted away in the Atlantic. In the midst of the confusion, according to those that were present, the 4 chaplains brought hope in despair and light into darkness. The 4 chaplains' names were Lieutenant George L. Fox, Methodist minister, Lieutenant Alexander D. Good, a Jewish rabbi, Lieutenant John P. Washington, a Roman Catholic priest, and Lieutenant Clark V. Pooling, a Dutch Reformed minister. Quickly and quietly, the 4 chaplains spread among the soldiers, trying to calm the frightened, tend to the wounded, and guide the disoriented towards safety. Witnesses of this terrible night remember hearing the 4 men offering prayers for the dying and encouraging those that would live, said Wyatt Fox, son of Reverend Fox. One of the witnesses found himself floating in oil-smilled waters surrounded by dead bodies and debris. I could hear the men crying, pleading, and praying. I could also hear the 4 chaplains preaching courage. The voices were the only thing that kept me going, he recalled. Another witness tried to re-enter the cabin. His name was Petty Officer John Mahoney. He was stopped by Rabbi Goody. Concerned about the cold Arctic air, he explained that he had forgotten his gloves. Never mind, said Goody. He responded by saying, I have 2 pairs of gloves. You can have one of them. The rabbi gave the petty officer his own gloves. Later, the petty officer realized that Goody only was carrying one pair of gloves. By this time, most of the men were topside. The chaplains opened the storage locker and began distributing life vests. It was then that engineer Grady Clark witnessed an astonishing sight. When there were no more life jackets to be handed out, the four chaplains removed theirs and gave them to the four frightened young men. Rabbi Goody did not seek out or call for a Jew. Father Washington did not call out for a Catholic, nor did Reverends Fox or Pooling call out for a Protestant. They simply gave the jackets to the next men in line. It was the finest thing I have ever seen or hope to see this side of heaven, said John Ladd, another survivor who saw the four chaplains' selfless act. As the ship went down, the survivors in the nearby rafts could hear the four chaplains, see them arm in arm, praying and singing hymns. Of the 902 men aboard the Dorchester, 672 of them died. When this reached the United States, the nation was stunned by the magnitude of this tragedy and this heroic conduct of the four chaplains. On the night, Reverend Fox, Rabbi Goody, Reverend Pooling, and Father Washington passed life's ultimate test. In doing so, they became enduring examples of extraordinary faith, courage, and selflessness. In 1944, the Distinguished Service Cross and the Purple Heart was awarded to the four chaplains next of kin. In 1961, President Eisenhower awarded a Special Medal of Heroism, a one-time award awarded by Congress and intended to have the same weight and importance of the Medal of Honor. This is the story of the four chaplains. I am proud to say that my American Legion Post 209 at Forestville, Connecticut, will be having a live four chaplains ceremony on February 3rd at 7 p.m. at Asbury Methodist Church in Forestville, Connecticut. All are welcome to attend. We look forward to seeing you at the four chaplain ceremony. Thank you. God bless. Stay safe. See you soon.